Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to be working on a tunic top, and this is one of my favorite kind of projects. And what we're going to be doing is turning this really cute t-shirt, which I already cut the sleeves off on it, and it is a small, and I'm going to make it fit me. And as you know, I'm an extra large to a 2X. So what I did was I got out my trusty sheets. This is a cotton, might have some microfiber in it, sheet. It is a 100% microfiber, and it feels really neat, and it's soft and very washable. And it's a light gray, and I think it goes with this really nice. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking this sheet. I'm going to measure down the sides that I cut off of my little t-shirt top, and I'm going to make kimono sleeves. Now I'm going to do it like I did for my shirts that I put up there, the what do you call it? The Cantha denim shirts. And it's very similar to that. It's going to be lightweight, but what I will do is I will measure down from the shoulder down to the hem, the front and the back, right? So I need that complete length. For the length of the rectangle, I need 2 rectangles, 1 for each side. And then I'm going to measure down the sleeve. I kind of like that, not 17 inch, but let me get my trusty. What I do is I like it from here down to 3/4 length, which is about 14 inches, so that it would be 14-inch wide rectangle. 14 inches by, when I measure this, down the side, let me do this a little bit so you can see a little better. I measure from the hem up to the shoulder. That's 22 inches, but going all the way around, that's 44 inches. So that's 44 by 14. And of course, I have to write that down because I can guarantee you I don't remember anything from 15 minutes to the next. So it's 14 inches wide by 44 inches long. Now, one other thing about that is that when I make a tunic top, I like from the shoulder down in the front, I like it to be 28 inches. And I like to have it be about 30 inches in the back. You know, so it's 28 inches from shoulder to hem and 30 inches from shoulder to hem back. Okay, and I'm writing that down. And because I measured this and it was 22 inches, so I have to take 22 inches, and that means I need a 6-inch piece on the front, and I need an 8-inch piece on the back. And what I'll do is I will cut a couple of pieces because I will put a ruffle, an extension on the hem, and it won't be really, I say a ruffle, but it'll be pleated because I don't really like gathering. So this is about 22 inches across. Okay, so I like to have it be at least 1.5 times that. I find that that's kind of nice to pleat it and do that. So 1.5 times 22 inches. So that's 33 inches. So I will need a 33 inch by 6-inch rectangle for the front. And for the back, I'll need a 33 inch by 8-inch rectangle for the back. So I have a couple of things to cut out of my sheet then. Now, one of the things to remember is that I said I wanted my length to be, of my piece, to be, oh, where did I write it down? Oh, here it is. Upside down. I wrote it down upside down. 14 inches wide and 44 inches long. Well, that's a really kind of a fib because I did that based on this being 22 inches, but now it's 28 inches and 30 inches. So that was 8 plus 6, that's 14 inches more. okay, on my length. So if I want the sides and the front to be even, right, when I do that, then I'm going to have to add that together to add to my length of my rectangle. So that was a 6-inch extension and an 8-inch extension, so that's 14 inches more to the length, so that makes 58 inches length. So the two big pieces of the sheet will be 14 by 58. So I am going to try to cut my sheet out like that and have it be the most efficient way. Then I'm going to take whatever scraps I have left out of cutting all of those rectangles out of the sheet. I will probably cut a couple of pieces that are going to be the pockets on the front, and I'll do something special with them. Normally what I'll do is take the sleeves off. Normally I make the pockets out of the sleeves because the sleeves are really short in this that I cut out. I'll use that to decorate these pieces of sheet that I make the pockets for. So I'll get to the pocket making at the end because that's one of the last things I do. And I'm going to now cut my sheet and then I'll serge it because I serge everything, and I'll get back to you when I have it. Okie dokie then. Here we are back again, and I have all of my strips for the front and the back and both sides cut out of the sheet. And I have the side, everything serged. This is the small top, the way it looks, you know, with the sides cut out. And like I said before, this small shirt, once I get these sleeves put in, the kimono sleeves, it will fit me. Hang on. And here's my two pieces of the light gray sheet. And the way these will go is they'll go over the side like this. And see, they'll have nice short sleeve and kimono sides. And then I will stitch these on. So what I will be doing is taking this and the right side's up, and then I will take the sheet and the right sides together, which is this, right? I will be going from well, actually, I think what I might do is I'm going to put the ruffles on the front and the back first, and then I will pin the sheets to the side, right sides together, my sheet pieces, because the pleated hemline, or ruffles as I'm calling them, on the front and the back will actually extend the length, and I want to have that length on there so I know what I'm doing. When I put the sides on, I want it to look right. And the back is here, and the back is the one that's going to have the longer piece, and the front is the one that's the shorter. And because I'm pleating these, I have I'll start in the middle and put them in the middle of the things, and then pleat them as I go along, then sew them on, and that way I will have them just perfect when I do the sheet on, and I'll show you when I'm finished. Here is the pocket that I'm making for my little tunic, and I have lined it with a piece of the sheet that I had left. I have 2 of them actually, and what I'm going to be doing next is I will be sewing it across this line here, but leaving the ends open, because I'm going to thread some elastic through, some thin elastic, because what I want is, I'll show you when I'm done, I want it to be scrunched up like this. So the pocket is elastic at the top, and then I'll sew it on the tunic, and then when you go to put your hand in it, this elastic will pull out that way. That way it keeps your items that you have in your pocket safe. So when I go to sew it on, I will come back and show you how I have it pinned on, and then what it looks like afterwards. Okay, I've sewn the top little channel where I'm going to put the elastic through. Cut my little piece of elastic, put a pin on it, and since this is open on this end, I start the elastic through here. Really is easier than I'm making it look. Like this. So you just thread that elastic through there like that. I'm going to do that with both pockets. Then I'll sew the end and I'll have a pocket, and I'll show you when I'm done. Are the finished pockets. It's about 8 inches at the top at ease, and when I sew it on, it'll be at ease, and I will show you what it looks like after I sew it on. Here is the finished product without the pockets on yet. You can see how I've stitched down about 12 inches down. I stitch about 1 inch closed. I like it because it kind of kicks open at the hip, makes it cooler. This is how you can make a size small top into something that fits from a small to a 2X, maybe even a 3X, because this is pretty comfortable. It's not closed until way out here on the sides. Now the next thing I have to do is I'm going to put these pockets on here. Usually what I try to do is kind of fit it on myself. I put it over, usually it starts about at the bottom of the front and it's over on the side, and this will be 2 nice pockets, one on each side. And that is the end of this video, I think. And it's beautiful, and it's so comfortable, and it's cool. So all of that from a small top, and only about maybe 1/4 of a microfiber sheet.